Hey everybody, Dr. Gigglez here from Hauntapolooza PODCAST, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about RavenWood. That's out in Haverhill, Mass. It's a new haunted attraction that's opened up this year for the first time ever, and we went for the first night ever opening. And we're going to break down to you this review. We're going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, the awesome, and everything else in between. And hopefully that by the end of this, you can decide if it's a place that you want to go to. So without further ado, let's get into this. All right, so opening night was on September 27th. Like I said, it's in Haverhill, Massachusetts. It's on a farm. It's got a little bit of a hayride. It's got a haunted house type thing. It's outdoors, and it wasn't crazy busy, but I'll say this. When I first got on, well, I shouldn't say when we got onto the what do you call it? To the hayride. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I didn't know if it was like, it's like a typical hayride where you're getting scared and stuff, and then because a lot of places that have a hayride, they have a haunt, etc., etc. At first, I'm going through in the hayride. I didn't know what to expect. They have a lady sitting there, dead lady. Kind of gave me that vibe, like she was like an airline stewardess, like dead one. It just with the coat and the hat, it just was like that 50s, 60s feel, which was really cool. They had audio on the hayride that was just going over the rules. I mean, it wasn't a long ride, a couple minutes, if that, to get to your destination. So it was a hilarious, like, rules and talking and stuff, and it just gave that vibe, and I loved it, and I thought it was cool. I didn't know if there was going to be any scaring. Obviously, there wasn't, so I'm like, but it's like far out. You can't like just walk to the attraction. You need a ride. So it was cool. It was a nice introduction to get to the haunt. They're breaking down the rules and they're just having a little chit chat with you in the audio. And it was funny and it was entertaining and it was cool. So it worked. And then you get to your destination, and they got a queue line, and I thought it was great. It's surrounded by like a cornfield. And the queue lines within this, and they got lots of effects, and they had like the scare actors that were in the queue line entertaining everybody, and they were awesome. There was the dancing pumpkin head guy. They had like the guys with the goats there and all that, and I thought it was done great. We had a blast, and it was it just helped kind of it wasn't like a huge wait, but the great thing was we didn't really. I didn't bump into anybody in front. Nobody in the back of us caught up to us. So that was good. So, we were having lots of fun through the haunt. So what I want to say is, like, the haunt itself overall was really good. We were really impressed with it because you never know what to expect when you have a first-year haunt, and, you just don't know what you're getting into. And everybody knows that we go to a lot of haunts, and we've become the typical, I guess, haunt snobs, but what we did was we created a list of items, so we didn't become snobs and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break down everything, like what I thought. But first I'll just go over kind of stuff, and then we'll break down the items to how we're going to review this. So once we got in, again, we didn't know what we're going through. There's actors everywhere. They were scaring the hell out of Danielle and Jessica. They've gotten Jimmy a few times. Everything that they did was like perfectly placed. Like the theming was great. That's one criteria thing. Theming. How was the theming? Does it look like I made it? Because I'm not really good at theming. Is it or is it like really done? Is it what kind of level is it? Is it like Six Flags kind of like there? Is it is it like Universal Halloween Horror Nights kind of thing? Is it just like a top tier haunted attraction? I wouldn't put them in the bottom, and I wouldn't put them at the very top, but they're in the top tier of like just under like Halloween Horror Nights. Like the sets that they had were like amazing. The character interaction in the haunts was amazing. That's another thing, like with characters, the interaction, how are they? Because everybody talks about, we talk about, are the characters doing their job? Are they lazy? do I find any just kind of hiding out and not doing their job, or are they all like going like crazy? And they were all on point. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because everybody knows that when we bust chops with we play along with the actors. I mean, we're not like rude or anything. We just kind of play around, say some goofy stuff. They might say some goofy stuff back, play along character, and we did that. Because like when you go to haunt, they're like, save me, stay with me. I'm like, all right, okay, let's stay, and then they stop playing around, stuff like that, and that's what we like to do. I feel that I should, and people should do it obviously within respect, not act like a total douchebag. But I feel it's okay to kind of throw it back at them and if they're like, oh, save me, and I'm like, how can I save you, or stay, I'm like, all right, or hey, you're for dinner, I'm like, oh, cool, let's eat, things like that. I think that's appropriate. It helps the character, it helps whatever actor's there, it helps set up the vibe. You think in your mind like, oh, I shouldn't do or say anything. Well, I think it's okay to say some stuff back. Not be a total douchebag and hurt people or say really offensive things, but to be able to kind of throw it out, play it out, I think that's fine. I think more people should do it, actually. We pulled up to some of these sets, and they were amazing. And then as you get out of the woods and you go into, like, the cornfield area and all that, they did phenomenal job. I mean, it's tough to scare people in a corn maze because actors, like... sometimes the actor's in the wrong spot in the way the lighting is. Sometimes you can see him. Most of the times you can't. Sometimes you can hear him crunching, but most of the times we didn't, crunching on the, inside the cornfield. So they did a great job with that. They had some great just moments of scares and stuff. It's definitely one of those places that people should check out. It's not, I know it's the first year, people are kind of like, what am I going to expect for a first year? For a first year, I've never seen a haunt come full on for a first year. Never. Because they're just kind of like building it up. So overall, I would give the haunt a 4 out of 5. And what I think that people should realize is, one, is the price worth it? I forgot what the price was. I wish I had my ticket. I really don't have. I mean, obviously they take the ticket. I don't know. They didn't take our ticket because I just threw the ticket away. They had a deal online to get a cheaper ticket, but you couldn't buy them online. They were having a glitch with the system, but they honored it at the ticket booth, which was really nice because they didn't have to. It could have been like tough crap. But yeah, so the price point, the haunt itself. Do I find that it's worth it? Is it? Everybody's got X amount of extra dollars to spend on entertainment, and especially with the haunted attractions, there's so many out there, and people are trying to make sure that they go to the best ones to get the best bang for their buck. So I feel that this one, honestly, this one could be for us a top 5 contender of the year. I mean, I know it's early, and we're going to give out like our top 10 haunts of the year at the end of the season after they're all closed. For the main Halloween season. I'm not talking about like the ones that have Christmas and stuff. That's another day, another dollar. But this one I think is a top 5 contender, and at least in the New England area. As we venture out more this year to other places that are outside of New England, we'll see how that compares. But right now I think it's honestly a top 5 contender for best haunt in the New England area. So we'll go back around to that. But is it worth it? Yes. If you're kind of on the fence about it, I am telling you, go. Honestly, with my heart of hearts, go. I know a lot of people, they look to me for my reviews, and they're like, I try to make sure that I'm not shilling for nobody. I'm not just like kissing butt. I purposely make sure that I give the most honest review. I mean, the cool thing at the end was every person, even people on our group, got free tickets to come back. It was like a thank you for coming to our opening night, probably opening weekend kind of thing, because it was Friday night. And it was really cool that they did it. They didn't have to do that. They just did it. So we're going to go back another night and enjoy it. Like, I want to see, like, this was opening night. I want to see when all gears are just, everything's firing off on all cylinders. And I think that it's going to be even better than what it is. So, like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5. And we're going to do the next podcast, everybody else talking about it. The gang, not just me. We're going to get everybody's perspective on it. But from my perspective, it's worth it. Get out there. Go enjoy it. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. So, till next time, everybody. Peace out.